Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are in Mooresville, North Carolina at Glenwood Memorial Park. So I decided to start the video right over here next to this thing. It is dedicated to the memory of all those who served in the wars and conflicts of the United States of America. Cool. So we're here today to visit the grave of an NFL legend. In my eyes, he was instrumental in my team winning a Super Bowl. I'm a Packers fan, so to me, Reggie White, man, he'll go down as one of the greats to me. So in the comments, like, at that position, defensive line, defensive end, does Reggie White make the Mount Rushmore, or is he kind of one of those guys that's like, gosh, he didn't make that top 4 or 5, but he's like a 6 or a 7. Put down there who you think could be on your Mount Rushmore of those, or at least just, some good all-around players. And if you agree with Reggie, hey, put that down there too. So yeah, let me get the ad out of the way before I forget and say, if this is your first time here, welcome. I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing, leaving a comment, all that stuff, especially the comments. It generates the algorithm to think like, ooh, let's put that video out, so it helps the channel grow. And if this isn't your first time here, hey, welcome back. I hope you enjoy the video. We're going to get this camera going in the other direction. We're going to visit his grave, pay our respects, and do all those things. It's a overcast, foggy day up here. I don't know what it is with me coming to the Carolinas and it wanted to be foggy and not sunny, but we'll get through it, right? So White was born in Chattanooga, Tennessee. He played high school football at Howard High School under Coach Robert Pullum, a former defensive lineman at the University of Tennessee. White played college football at the University of Tennessee from 1980 to 83. He had worked his way into the starting lineup by the end of his freshman year, in which he registered 51 tackles, 32 of those solo, and 2 sacks. He was named to the sophomore AllAmerican team by the Football News in 81, and he was named a preseason All-American going into the 82 season. And in 83, he was consensus All-American, SEC Player of the Year, and an Lombardi Award finalist. So you're going to say, hey, Backroads, what's a consensus All-American? A consensus All-American has to have these 5 that have changed over the years, but since 2002, the 5 designated by the NCAA purpose to be an All-American are the Associated Press, the American Football Coaches Association, the Football Writers Association of America, Sporting News, and the Walter Camp Football Foundation. I think the leading team with the most consensus All-Americans is Alabama, and I think we've tied or broke the in 1 year record with Oklahoma, somewhere around in there, Roll Tide. After his college football career, White was chosen by the Memphis Showboats in the 1984 USFL Territorial Draft. And the opportunity to play pro ball in the same state where he went to college was enough enticement for him to sign. So when the USFL collapsed in '85, White took a salary cut in Philadelphia. The Eagles signed him to a 4-year, $1.85 million deal after buying out the remaining 3 years on his contract. He played with the Eagles for 8 seasons. In '93, White became a free agent. He was signed by the Green Bay Packers and agreed to terms on a 4-year contract worth $17 million. Pretty big pickup from that last one he signed, huh? He helped the Packers win a Super Bowl with a game-ending sack in Super Bowl 31. During the game, White had 3 sacks to set the single-game record for a Super Bowl. That victory was his only championship at any level. And in '98, White was named Defensive Player of the Year for the 2nd time. At the time of his retirement, White was NFL's all-time sack leader with 198. He's since been surpassed by Bruce Smith, who accumulated 200, but he had 47 more games to do it. He was named All-Pro for 13 of his 15 seasons, including 8 as a first-team selection. On the morning of December 26, 2004, White was rushed from his home in Cornelius, North Carolina, to a nearby hospital where he was pronounced dead. White had succumbed to a cardiac arrhythmia. According to the medical examiner's office, the most likely cause of the cardiac and pulmonary sarcoidosis. God, I know I just butchered that. Was a thing that White had lived with for years. And I'd walked right past it. And Jehovah's Loving Care, Reginald Howard, December of 61 to December of 2004. He was 43, like just in the prime, right? Like I'm in my late 30s, and man, just imagine the things he could have done. Like besides football, I mean, as far as his, like being a minister, anytime he had the chance, I mean, he was out doing what he thought he was supposed to do, trying to bring people home. And man, that's such a bummer. I don't know. They always say the good ones get called early, right? Maybe he had done everything he needed to do, and it was time to go home. But yeah, put down in the comments where you think he could go, or who's better than him, and all that stuff. I do appreciate it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. We got to go see Reggie White. We got to visit his grave. That's really cool. He meant a lot to me growing up. And it was neat to see a man that was an aggressive football, pound the pavement, right? But then he could show God's love too. Like it was kind of neat to see that it was okay to be soft and, I don't know, loving. So whether he knows it or not, maybe he passed a little bit, I got a little bit of that too. So yeah, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. Like I said before, without you guys, we wouldn't get to do the things we get to do. So thank you. And you know what? You never know what you're going to find on the back roads. I'll see you guys next time.